Moving on to the jacket trim, we're going to start with the end of the sleeve over here. Uh, so we're going to select this edge loop here. Then in the top view here, using our contours tool, we're going to go and draw the edge of the sleeve. There we go. For the most part, it looks pretty good. I'm going to rotate this a bit. Go back to my poly pen, clean up just to make sure it's snapped. Perfect. Now here I do want to kind of fix some of the spacing a little bit. Maybe I'll go with my tweak tool here just to make sure this is looking okay. Yeah, I definitely want to start spacing this out a little bit. Okay. Same thing here. There we go. Now here on the top, we're going to select this loop here. And with our strokes tool, we're going to go ahead and draw this here. Cool. Now with our tweak brush, we're going to make sure this is flowing nicely to create this these row faces. Let's see. Okay. There we go. Okay. As you can see, some of these vertices are more forward than others. So I'm actually going to switch over with the loop selected. I'm going to switch over to the scale tool. I'm going to make sure it's under normal. And then I'm going to start kind of scaling that in the z-axis here. So then I'm going to go back to my poly pen. Actually, I'm going to rotate it just a little bit. Go back to my poly pen there. Okay, that's better. And then clean up. I think that's pretty good. Then I can add a loop here with the loop cut tool. There we go. Go back to my poly pen, press cleanup, and that way it creates a rounded kind of edge. Now select the inner loop here, and with the strokes tool selected, I'm going to go ahead and just draw an inner circle here. I want to remove the count, just leave it at 1. And then I'm going to go ahead and start moving this over. Okay. Just gonna make sure my spacing in here is pretty good too. Okay, there we go. And you can leave it like this, or you can actually close the hole if you wanted to. Uh, I'm gonna close it. So I'm gonna go to my select tool, select this here. I'm gonna go extrude region here. Let's do extrude along normals. Sure, it doesn't matter. Then I'm gonna go to vertex. Actually, I'm gonna go to mesh. Where is it? Merge and add center. And then with my poly pen here, I can just shift this over. There we go. So if I look at both sides, should be pretty good. And now with our loop cut, we can add some edge loops here to kind of even out the spacing a bit. So we added two, so we'll do the same thing in here. And then I'm gonna make sure to select those edge loops. Go back to my poly pen and clean up. All right. Okay, I can probably space these out a little bit more. So I'm gonna go with my edge slide. Same thing with this inner one. Slide it over. Then I'm gonna go to my poly pen and press clean up. Okay. Okay, I'm probably gonna slide this one in some. Okay. And then do a cleanup. Okay. That's not bad. Right. Now we can do the collar trim here. So we're gonna do our poly strips. And then we're gonna go and just draw some here on the top of the trim. I'm gonna increase it to 11. Oh, okay, it just disappeared on me. Okay, let's do it again. Okay, 11. Go back to my poly pen here. There we go. Then we're gonna kind of try to fix the spacing here. Try to align everything first. Okay, oopsie. This one goes here. This one goes here. Here. Okay, this one has to be pushed back. Here. It has to be pushed back here. Okay. Oopsie. Oopsies. Okay. We'll fix the spacing a little bit better in a bit. So now with our poly pen, we can go ahead and bridge these over. Oopsie. There we go. Same thing with the insides here. Now we can kind of make any adjustments to our spacing here. If we can get a nice, more even distribution. Okay. Because we know that this one has to stay here. So we can kind of shift these over. Okay. Oops. So I gotta zoom in. Okay, there we go. It's a little finicky sometimes, but we can manage. Let's make sure this top edge is as far to the edge as possible. Okay. We can push this one a little bit back. Okie dokie. Right. Cool. Oopsie. Okay. Can shift this one this way. I just don't like that we really kind of lose the even spacing on this one. Oh. Okay. Just want to be careful not to move stuff we're not supposed to. Okay. Let's see. All in all, I think that's pretty good. Okay, now we can go ahead and add some edge loops here to kind of even it all up. So I'm probably going to go with 3. And then let's go ahead and go to our poly pen and clean up. Let's see how I feel about that. No, I think it's too many. Let's select these and delete those. Oopsie. Okay. There we go. I think that's better. And then similar to kind of like, oop, I probably messed something up here. Gonna have to go and fix this. Uh, but at least we kind of have this all set up nicely. And I'm actually gonna add an edge loop here. And then go over to our poly pen and clean that up nicely. Okay. I'll be back. I'm gonna go ahead and just clean this real quick. Yeah, I don't know what it was, but I was able to clean it up again. I just deleted some of the faces I didn't need and went ahead and kind of bridged everything back up. And so now to kind of finish off the trim here, we're going to select the bottom edge of the jacket. Then snap to my front view, go to my contours tool, and then draw it out. There we go. Cool. Now with my tweak brush, I'm going to go ahead and kind of straighten some of these loops here. Making sure I put these vertices where I need them to be. And then I want to make sure to align this one, actually this one, to this seam here, and then this one to this seam here. Okay. Okay. Here, let me zoom out, see how that looks. Cool. All right. Just some of this stuff was bothering me real quick, so you know, just had to fix it. Okay. Now to add the little thickness at the bottom, make sure you have the bottom edge selected. Go back to your contours. And then let's add this bottom loop here. There we go. Now with the tweak brush, the tweak tool, we can kind of come in and start placing this here. All right. Okay. Just aligning it to where the trim meets the pants. Cool. Same thing here. Probably gonna increase my radius just to kind of fix this here. All right. Feel like I could fix the spacing a little bit here. Right. There we go. Oops. This one got out of alignment. Okay. And now finally we can just add some edge loops here. It kind of help with the spacing a little bit. Oops. You gotta be careful with the angle in which you kind of move these points here. There we go. All right, so first we're gonna add a loop cut here at the bottom. And then here we'll probably add 2 edge loops. So with these selected, I'm gonna go ahead and press the cleanup. There we go. I'm gonna take a look at the bottom here, just make any last minute tweaks. Okay. Okay. Right. Just straightening some of this other stuff out as well. You know, you always kind of want to zoom out. And then make sure that everything's kind of flowing nicely together. Okay. Right. One last look at everything. Making sure my center is merged. Okay. All right. Yeah, so take a minute and just go around your model and make sure that all the important edge loops are lined up to the important seams. Just like how I'm doing right now. Because sometimes adding certain edge loops or adjusting something from one angle, you may accidentally move stuff that you didn't intend to. Just like here, you can see some of my center points uh, need to be pushed towards the center to merge them. And so it's always kind of good just to do a one last kind of check to make sure every point is kind of going where it's supposed to go. Oh, interesting. Yep. This needs to line up here. All right. I think we're pretty good. We'll be moving on to the pants next and finishing the tracksuit.